And we are live.
Hi,
Welcome,
everyone.
everyone. It's William and Nick here. So, welcome to today's short webinar session where we dive deep into the fascinating world of intellectual property, so called IP, but also startup innovation and the pivotal role of AI in navigating complex patent landscapes. Today, we are exploring our product, our platform called Evalify.ai, which is an AI-driven platform that is transforming how investors and founders assess and mitigate patent risks. So with the power to analyze 200 million global patents, Evalify offers startups a quick, efficient way to obtain what we will see. It's called the Freedom to Operate, or FTO score, that ensures that their innovations can thrive without legal issues. And in this session, I'm really excited to tell you that we'll discuss everything from the basic functionalities of Evalify, how it leverages AI to streamline patent risks assessments, even to the broader implications of global patent trends and the strategic importance of the robust IP management. So whether you are an entrepreneur, an investor, or just keen on intersection of technology and law, you are at the right place, at least today, and so that you can gain insights that could redefine how you and your organization view the startup ecosystem. So now let's get started in this IP journey, and first of many, I would say, and then understand how Evalify is leading the charge in making patent insights more accessible and actionable than ever before. And I have Nick, my dearest co-founder, here with us today.
Hi, everyone.
So excited to be on this journey for so many years already. And one of the questions that comes to my mind is, so first of all, what is Evalify, and how does it leverage AI so that it can assess patent risks for investors?
Right. So, yeah, well, I think you already started to introduce what Evalify is. So, Evalify essentially is a platform that enables people who are not experts on IP to gain immediate, in minutes, insights around a certain idea, a certain startup idea that can be a pitch deck, a product brief, or potentially even a deeper, more detailed technical description of something. And in minutes you can gain, as a non-IP expert, insights onto how novel that idea is, how many players are in the market building something similar, if you've got the freedom to operate with that kind of business you're building, and also how litigated is that specific niche in which you're attempting to build something. And this, I would say, I would introduce it already right now. This brings to the freedom to operate concept that I just said like that, but maybe not everybody is aware of what it is. So the freedom to operate search is something that is actually a search for patents that provides comprehensive review of what is the landscape of patents surrounding a certain idea, surrounding a certain startup, and that is something that defines if some product, some startup can be commercialized, has the freedom to operate in a certain market because it's not infringing on any enforceable patents, any active patents in a particular market or niche. And so, over the course of the years, since FTOs are very nuanced and the number of patents is skyrocketing, it's an expert service, and it takes times and days. It takes time, meaning days and weeks, takes significant effort from IP experts, takes all the necessary knowledge to make this assessment. We lost the habit of even making it part of our, playbooks to perform freedom to operate analysis. We don't even know what it is sometimes. And not only that, it should not be something that one does once, but should be a recurring effort. So we've totally forgot what that is about. We've totally forgot about making it once, at least once when we launch a product. And we totally have no culture in the industry of making it a recurring effort.
And let's not forget, thank you, Nick. Also, let's not forget that there is not such a tool available to date, and that's why we've been on this journey to make it.
Correct.
And we actually forgot to say what Evalify stands for. It's like evaluate, validate, and verify. So in case you are wondering about the name, but of course, all this happens because we're talking about the FTO. And there is a reason for that. There is something we cannot neglect, right? These are all the changes in patent applications and innovation trends. So we are seeing over time that the landscape of patent applications has seen substantial growth. Maybe you can provide numbers later, but these also indicate there is a surge in global innovation. So this increase we've seen that is often driven by advancements in technology and also expanding markets. So if you examine the trends in patent applications, you can actually discern patterns of the innovation across different industries and geographical regions. So that's really exciting, and that's what actually we mastered to do.
Yeah.
And this insight can illustrate how certain technologies are evolving, and which sectors are experiencing the most rapid growth. They're offering a macro view of technological progress and market opportunities, and you have more
entire markets actually. No, it's all great. Sorry, I just wanted to say, like, literally patents are like a window to the future. We can see in patents today what will likely be in the market in the next coming years. So typically, they reflect the work R&D teams worldwide have been doing. So this is like top-notch knowledge. This is what everyone is focused on from an innovation standpoint. And you can derive this insightful trend analysis and understand what are technologies and markets that are thriving. And we've observed in the last years, exponential growth in all major markets. And we have, we even wrote together an article called The Crowded Square, where the Crowded Square wants to make this kind of analogy. If you were an investor, 20 years ago, probably the analogy at that time would have been that you had a square where you could walk freely because there were not so many folks. Because folks are the number of patents worldwide. In this very same analogy, walking on the same square today, it's like you have to pay attention not to step on somebody else's toe. So 20 years ago, you could play football on the square. Today, you have to make sure you avoid people. You don't step on their feet. So imagine this. There were around 32 million patents in 1990. There were around 77 millions already in 2010. In 2020, there were under 30 millions patents worldwide, and now we are over 160, and we do have, over almost 200 million documents of, everything that is happening around patents nowadays. So these are numbers one cannot ignore. Period. If you ignore this, if you ignore exponentials, probably you should not invest. I want to be bold with this, but exponentials are things that can't be simply dismissed and say, no, my industry doesn't make any, there are no patents in my industry. Patents are not important. There is a lot, that has been dismissed over time. There is a lot that has been put aside and deferred to later conversations for multiple reasons.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I totally hear that. And there is so much that can be generated from those type of data and understanding. And for example, we speak a lot. This feels like one of our daily calls we have, but
of course.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, I hope we share this spirit with whoever is listening now. And another is like still on the why. There is an importance of navigating the patent landscape for startups. And anyway, these are the two sides of the same coin, because we know that for startups, the navigation, like navigating the patent landscape, is essential, as we have seen just with the data that Nick has shared. So it's not just our opinion. And it's essential not just because of the legal safety, but also for strategic business planning. And with that, I mean that understanding and respecting existing patents can actually prevent costly litigation, and it also can be particularly detrimental, like really dangerous for early stage companies, but also Series A and above. And more than that, actually, a clear patent strategy actually enhances a startup attractiveness for investors. So we know that investors not only value the innovation itself, but also the company's ability to protect and manage its IP, so intellectual property, effectively. So this knowledge definitely signals to investors that a startup is capable, credible, and prepared for market challenges. And I would say, like if you want to share now, what is Evalify's role in identifying strong patent defenses for investors, for example?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's for the it's the strategic, probably counterintuitive use of patents for identification of white spaces before we even build something. That's the value Evalify brings into. You have been already going through, let's say, the stages of a company. When a company grows and has traction, typically then starts to have this culture and attention on filing IP, foundational IP, that can help them grow the valuation, create a portfolio that can be very helpful in the event of merger and acquisitions or events like that, exits, as everybody likes to call them. So this is like things that happen over time, and over time, these companies are creating IP that is creating values for their own. Now, in the early stages of our startup, like literally the first days, the first months of a startup, when an idea has been put together, when different angles have been explored, when something has been, created as a market around it, and you say, okay, there is enough attention that we want to continue executing this idea. That is the perfect moment to run an FTO, because before you even invest more and double down more as a startup, you can use IP as a benchmark to assess your own ideas, to say, what is my positioning with this idea with respect to the market? Am I mirroring what's going on with the market? Am I behind the innovation trends? I'm ahead. I do have a path towards, let's say, a green execution, not towards a crowded square. So these are all questions, all insights that as a startup you want to use, and that's the way Evalify helps you use patents to design a product that leads towards a white space. As an investor, the risk is super high at the beginning because you have to bet on the team. And this is a never-ending debate, probably a never-ending debate on the industry. Like, everybody focuses on the team, and of course we agree on the approach. We understand that, but you also have to check the idea, because if the idea has fundamental flaws, like even with the smartest and best team in the world, you can't execute that idea. Period. IP is like a super partis. It's not something that happens at the same level. Even if you're Apple, you can't sell your high watches on Christmas if you're infringing on Massimo patents. And this will happen. We predict that this kind of litigations will happen more and more because players are keep innovating. Players are keep creating products and values and IP. And there is just the first to file that gets the IP. The others are challengers. The others have to pay royalties to stay in the market. And there's so much to do. There's so much to understand. And
yeah, no, for sure. And then definitely that creates a lot of common misconceptions, right, about the patents and IP. And this is something that we aim to not even to correct, but to raise awareness, right? You can imagine Evalify being your partner, or your guardrail into this world, and it's actually playing a role in correcting the common misconceptions about patents and IP, as we've seen, and that's among the debate between startups and investors. And for example, many entrepreneurs may not even fully understand the scope and protection that patents provide, or the importance of conducting a very deep patent searches early in the business development process. And we understand, you can pivot, maybe checking that it's a really good reason to pivot or focus on a market that is more promising. And so Evalify aims, also this webinar here aims at demystifying these processes, and then highlight the importance of proactive IP management, but also, trying to decrease the risk for your startup and for your investments early enough. And then you can so much protect the innovations and securing a competitive edge. And I know we're about the time, but Nick, I have
it's about time.
another question. Like, I would love to share with the audience what are future of AI in patent analysis, and our developments with Evalify.
Right. So there are actually many things that we're cooking behind the scenes, and one of the things that we're actually doing is, as we anticipated before, everybody in the industry is building tools for the millions of IP experts, but no one is building tools for the billions of non-IP experts. And these are the founders, the investors, the incubators, the accelerators, the technology transfer offices. These are all people who have ideas that require a early evaluation before their execution. And in making this, we want to simplify the process, of course, to the essence. As of now, it's already very straightforward. We ask you to provide what you have. It's enough a pitch deck, it's enough a technical brief, it's enough a description of your idea as a PDF. You upload it for the platform. We ask you, where do you want us to check, in the 5 biggest markets or globally? You click Evalify, you wait a few minutes, and you get a comprehensive assessment. What we're working on is in increasing the accuracy of these assessments, so that you not only have a grasp, but you can increasingly get a glimpse of things as you progress with knowing more about IP. So you can get like things in layman terms. You can get things in a more technical, let's say, from a more technical standpoint, and you can navigate as much as to check claim by claim what was searched with what is into patents. And we are enabling everyone to do this with a few clicks at a fraction of the cost, in minutes, self-service, 24/7, in an objective way, so that if you provide 20 analysis, if you perform 20 analysis, you can compare those analyses. And behind this, we said before, FTO is not just a one-off. It's something that has to happen recurringly. That has to be done in a recurring way. So we will be enabling you to perform recurring FTO analysis. Imagine being an investor and monitor your portfolio through FTO recurringly with a certain cadence that can tell you, when there is a significant change in our score, that something is happening in a certain industry for a certain startup, and you can get immediate action and course correct with your startup, or anyway have things under control. So all this, IP thinking simplified for you for a very practical action on a daily basis without the need for an expert. That's what we're working on. There's much more we can tell you about, but reach out if you want to know more. And you see here that there is a QR code on the top left corner.
I guess.
There, it's there. Thank you, William. And you also see that there is an Evalify 50 off. That is $50 off on your first analysis. If you scan the QR code, you will go to a story lane, which simply is a bunch of clicks through an interactive demo that will explain you step by step how to perform autonomously your analysis, how to read the results, and we look forward to seeing you evalifying your deals from now on.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nick. I'm very excited to see more users. We're actually super happy to see all the response from investors and even startup funders, and hopefully we do this more often. So thank you so much, all of you, for tuning in today on these discussions on Evalify and also the transformative role of AI in the area of intellectual property and patent management. So just to wrap up, we actually covered how Evalify utilizes AI and patent data to provide comprehensive and rapid patent risk assessment or an FTO score, and also the critical importance of a well-strategized IP approach for startups. And as we conclude, then remember that understanding and navigating the patent landscape is not just about the legal compliance. It's actually a strategic imperative that can significantly influence a startup success and attractiveness for investors. This means that you might have a positive score, as you will see by trying the platform, that could definitely influence the decision of an investor in that. So we actually hope that today's insights empower you to approach IP challenges with confidence and clarity. We are here for you, so be sure to keep exploring and stay ahead of this dynamic field. We are here to guide you. So thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to having you in our next session. By the way, we're trying to do this on a weekly basis, so let's see how that works.
Yeah, and let me simply add, if you have any questions, you can direct message us on LinkedIn, or you can reach out at hello@evalify.ai. So stay tuned then. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.